I think they need to keep the World War II thing, the slower paced thing, is attractive to some people. Yeah, that's what I was saying. And do you want to still do the mic check there, Grinling? Make sure we're all good, because this is how we're going to be talking during it. Like,
this is me talking.
Yeah.
Sound check on Cerebius.
Until we get excited and surprises happen.
Yeah.
Surprises.
Ooh, that is a much better.
Yeah, it is. It's much faster, too.
Yeah, you got a much better mix going on there, don't you? Okay.
And we're still talking. He wants to talk more.
Okay, in 5 minutes, I want you to take us live. Okay, and then we're going to start a commentary straight away while we wait for the first match.
Yep, and we're going to be joining cameras. You're going to be in Moose versus Hammer Legion.
Yeah, so we might want to find that.
And then,
Mark,
we want you to
I want a 5-second countdown before you take us live.
This one right up here. Double click on that top one.
Okay?
Okay. And we want to have the. Okay, so no. Give me 1 second. We want.
We need to get the garage up.
Yeah, we need to get the. Yeah, that's what I was saying.
Wow, that looks so much better.
He's like, I got upgraded. Hooray!
Loud and clear, almost perfect. I got you guys set in 11.
Okay.
They're down to turn down to 25.
Everybody.
Yeah.
They're waiting for the last count in.
No, you cannot say anything.
No. Although the big thing is, they said we're allowed to talk in that chat. We are not allowed to talk in the chat while the game's going. So if you need to request observer or something, we can do that.
Okay.
But don't type into that, Grace.
Just
don't. They have open teams. Don't do it.
Oh, so we don't. Did we already set her as observer?
She's set. She's good to go.
Okay, and she knows how to be ready.
Oh, hit ready. Your phone turned off.
Oh, okay. No, that's not. It's helpful, but not critical.
1 second. Streamy's on my update for a second.
Consets?
Sorry, consists is what I was trying to say.
IST.
IST.
Really? IST.
I am so big on spelling. I'm sorry. Take the time, spell it.
You know, we're bringing that up during our stream. We're bringing that up.
What, that you're a terrible speller?
No, you're a grammar Nazi.
Yes, he's a terrible speller, but you're a grammar Nazi, so it goes both ways.
Yeah, we're all set up.
Okay.
I'm ready.
Good. Good.
Okay, do they know what colors they're following?
You're following. You're gonna follow red, Robert. You're blue.
Got that, Robert?
Okay.
You're following red. Okay, you know how to get in front. You know how to get on red if you need to get on red?
Press
Jonathan, can you guide her? All this.
press control and then click one of the
He
things on
won't.
the red side.
He should be leaving. You need to go tell Mom. You need to get a uniform and get your butt out of here.
Bye.
Oh, your screen looks awesome back.
Those little hints in the background just add.
They do it. They do. I didn't like them in the beginning, but with the whole thing, it looks great.
Yeah, I'm still not seeing the, I know we have the delay, but I'm still not seeing the orders up.
Well, it's 5 minutes.
Yeah, it's 5 minutes.
Okay, guys, we're on live in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. We're hot.
everybody, and welcome to Armored Warfare Soldier of Fortune League Week 4, guys. This is a fun week. Today we're going to be following Hammer Legion versus Moose in this 7-match PvP battle. And Moose and Hammer Legion are both fairly similar battalions. They have about the same amount of experience in the game, and it looks like a lot of them are going to be in T-64s as we've seen throughout the series. Although it looks like Moose is going for the Type 69 Mark II. It looks like they're trying to bring back that tank, which was used by another battalion, and I can't remember which battalion right off the top of my head, but it didn't go so well for them, although they did hold themselves quite well, and it was a competitive fight. And here's Cerebius, who will be joining us tonight.
Hello, Rouse. I am excited. Week 4, Moose versus Hammer Legion. This should go very, very well for us. Both teams, good teams. Looking forward to a good fight.
Good fight, yep. And we have a guest commentator with us today, I guess. We got Bullets with us today.
Hello, guys. I'm Bullets, and I'm glad to be joining you guys.
Well, we're glad to have you, Bullets. Thank you for being here, and we're looking forward to your thoughts and input as time goes along.
Yep. And so here we go. It looks like a lot of these guys are, again, going in, as it looks right now, the teams haven't readied up, and anything can change right now. But from what it looks like, a lot of Type 69 Mark IIs from Moose and a lot of T-64s from Hammer Legion.
They both have 2 LAV 300s, which is pretty big.
It's pretty normal. It's pretty standard for the tournament right now to have 2 LAV 300s in a match there, Bullets, simply because they're good scouts and they have great DPM and penetrating guns. While the XM800T on Hammer Legion looks like it might be their primary scout, they're still probably talking about it. And we also have the BMP-1P from Moose there, which will probably be their primary scout as well, which means both teams are only bringing one set of eyes. What do you think about that, Cerebius?
You know, we've seen this in the past. Sets of eyes are critical. You've got to see what's going on. You've got to see what's happening, and we're doing what we need to do. So, you know, if you can't see what's going on, then I don't. You can't effectively go after your
If you can't see your enemy, you can't hit your enemy. If you can't hit your enemy, then you can't beat your enemy.
Yeah, exactly. So we've seen scouting be effective, but we've also seen where all main battle tanks just come in and go. And when they do that, we see a lot going on.
Yeah, because I think personally when main battle tanks get into a huge fight, usually whoever has more armor, that they overrun the people that have less armor.
Well, that's dependent, because the more armor you have, Bullets, the more armor you have, the heavier you are and the slower you're going to move. So if you get outflanked by a lot of high, fast-moving vehicles, then you're going to get eliminated very quickly.
True, but I still think that with the right maneuvers, then you guys, well, the heavier team will usually come out winning. Now, I'm still new to this, so
I don't know. You know, we'll see. We will see. They're starting in. We should have this
The match should be going here fairly soon, in about a minute.
in about a minute. Yeah.
And it looks like that. It looks like Moose is going to try to bring the Type 69 Mark II back, which I am a little skeptical about, Cerebius. I'm skeptical about the Type 69 Mark II, because it seems like the T-64 is better in every single area but slight gun handling.
Well, we'll see. We'll see as you know, as Hammer Legion brings. This is a Type 69 Mark II versus T-64 type of battle going on here.
It is, and the match will be starting in 1 minute, and we'll see if the Type 69 is a viable tournament option.
Although I still think, I really am a firm believer that the tank only makes up so much.
we have some changes to the team on Moose's end, and they're bringing an OF-40.
An OF-40, that's an interesting choice in my opinion, because we're going to be on Cold Strike. And the O-40 could do well up in the north in the hills, but it's in counter, so they won't have control of the cap circle in the beginning with the OF-40. It'll do very poorly in that city area with its only 75 millimeters of hull armor, which is terrible.
But it's got the gun.
It's got a good gun. It's got a very nice DPM and good handling gun.
They also traded a Type 69 Mark II for a T-64, which is kind of interesting considering if they were going to do that, wouldn't they technically trade all their type?
Not necessarily. Again, this goes back to, there's two factors in here that on what makes a tank really playable. One is the tank itself. How does the tank play? And the other is the player.
The player and how well they sync, as it
That's
were.
right. When you get the tank play style and the player play style in rhythm, you have got a great combination.
Right, and this is tournament play, so the entire team and their tanks and the players driving the tanks all need to be in sync, which is a lot of stuff to do. It's very difficult to play at this level and do well.
It is very difficult to play at this level and do well. I mean, this is not PvE.
No.
Or PvP, I'm sorry.
This isn't PvP and this isn't PvE.
Right, because everybody's on comms, everybody's talking, it's all coordinated. And in 20 seconds, we're going to find out just how coordinated these two teams are.
Indeed.
So we're on Cold Strike. We've got Hammer Legion in red, and they are spawned in the northwest. And we've got Moose in blue, and they have spawned in the southeast. And as we see this go forward, we should have some really exciting play. Cold Strike. Cold Strike, I think we've only seen it excluded a couple of times. Everybody seems to want to play it. And we're hot. Here we go.
Yeah, we are hot, and it looks like the BMD here might be going for an initial scout. It looks like he's going to go under the bridge, though, and I'm not quite sure. That mini-map's pretty small. It's difficult for me to see from here, but it looks like the BMD is actually going up to scout the northern side. Or is that the XM800T?
No, the BMP 1P that we're watching right now is going west to do that scouting and do that. What's interesting to me is Moose, just looking at the mini map, Moose is not showing any form. Oh, there goes their scout now. The XM800T is going south, and it looks like the two of them are going to meet.
It does, and I can see what their XM800T is doing here, Cerebius. I've gone down that way and scouted before, and it's much safer than going down the zero line to scout. There's more bushes, and you can see a lot more around you.
Well, not only that, but the zero line at this point is really way out of context. It's just not a critical line.
Not with how these guys are setting up, and not on an encounter.
Yeah, not on encounter. I thought the battle would be around the cap circle.
And it looks like it's going to be this round. We got.
Well, everybody's going to the city.
It's mostly main battle tanks here. We got 4 T-64s from Hammer Legion, and we've got 3 Type 69 Mark IIs. Excuse me if I'm wrong, but it looks nope. 2 Type 69 Mark IIs, 1 T-64, and an OF-40. Two T-64s.
Yeah.
So it's a lot of main battle tanks, and we can see here that Hammer Legion is taking the hill. So they've got the high ground advantage. The problem is all their main battle tanks and all their tank destroyers, essentially all of their tanks except the XM800T, have almost no gun depression.
Yeah, so it'll be interesting to see how they play that out and handle that.
Because if they move into that high area where they can't hit anything, they have to go over the hill and shoot down to see and hit enemies.
That's also a disadvantage considering that when they pop up to shoot, they're revealing their lower plate, which is a easier penetrating place.
Yeah, now not all tanks have that.
Not all tanks. The Ariete is famous for that.
Yeah, but you're right. You're 100% right, Bullets, that if you're going to go to the edge of that and shoot, you're going to expose a lower portion of your tank as those shots are coming up into your tank.
Indeed, and especially since the new update came out, I think it was the update that introduced the Chinese tanks. All of the bellies of the tanks are now vulnerable.
Yes, bellies are vulnerable.
So even if your lower plate isn't vulnerable, you could pop over that hill and take a shot right in the belly that could do maximum damage, and heat will go through the bellies if somebody's brave enough to be firing it.
Yes, it will. So should be interesting to see how this plays, although it looks like right now we're kind of in a
Boy
Mexican
Scouts
standoff
no,
here.
No, we got the Boy Scouts here. They're camping.
Yeah, everybody's just like, okay, I'm where I want to be. You come to me.
Actually, It looks like
it looks like Moose might be making a move, but I don't think that wall falls over, unfortunately.
Yeah.
Isn't
Which
that
is
a
good and bad. It means you're not going to get shot through that wall.
But it means you can't run away through the wall.
So, this should be... Oh, they did drive through that wall.
Oh, they did.
I guess that wall is something you can knock over.
I didn't think it was. I know it used to be, especially in early access. I don't think I've tried it since then, but that wall was not drivable through.
So, it looks like Moose has sent their scout even further south. I don't know if he saw their scout or not, but he's further south, maybe watching for a flanking action from that side.
Maybe. But for now, I mean,
I don't
These
see any.
Mexicans, the counter's counting down. They got 6 minutes left. The match is almost halfway over.
Yeah,
And they just sat there. And I find this very interesting. I think this is a new
really
play
hard to
thing.
commentate on. That's what this is.
Hey,
This is really hard to
hey,
talk about.
We don't talk about this. Okay, just let me continue here. I got this. So
Go.
when you have two newer teams like this, they're a little fresh, and they have a lot of difficulty really deciding what to do. So they found a place where it's really good to hold on the map in their trainings and stuff. They're like, okay, we're gonna hold that area, and we're just gonna own it, and that's what these two teams are doing. And they're holding those areas until it draws, and I really hope it doesn't draw.
It would be the first one we've ever seen.
It would be.
So it would be the first one we've ever seen, and of course there are rules for draws.
Yes, there are. Draws, I think, count as points between win and loss, because there's a point system here. And the point system is, what it says is if you get a draw, both teams, like if you win, you get 10 points. If you draw, both teams get 5. If you lose, you get nothing.
Right.
And so if they both draw, that's not good for the future. It saves them in the short term. And it looks like we have some action here from this lap 300. It looks like he's going to be pushing out and doing something. They finally decided that halfway through the match, it's time to engage the enemy. And it looks
all
like...
of the T-64s are moving up. So
Yeah, it looks like
So-
Moose is moving up to engage. They finally decided we're going to take the fight to them.
No,
and
red is
40
Hammer
caught
Legion.
right out.
Red is Hammer Legion. And
My mistake.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
Hammer Legion is moving up to engage, while Moose is staying back.
Oh!
Of 40
And-
gone.
Oh, 40 is gone. That, my friends, is focus fire right there.
It is, and the thing is, we have Hammer Legion. They have their tanks that are a little lined up, and that guy came out onto the wrong corner.
Yeah, he did. Yeah, that lap 300 is
He's
like,
about
run
to
away!
get- run away! I don't think he's gonna make it.
I don't know. It depends on what the reload.
Oh,
He missed. No, he got
he
it.
hit him,
got
but
it.
it didn't do
Just-
full health.
just a
Oh,
low
there he
roll
is.
there.
Low roll. Can
Oh.
he back out of here? I know when
Can
I'm
he
backing out, I usually run into a wall.
Yeah.
And he ran into a
Oh,
wall
and he
and
didn't
got a
make it
kill.
either.
It is 6-6.
Is that they brought it to even?
It's even, but we have
an-
Moose here being surrounded by Hammer Legion.
Yeah, they are.
And Hammer Legion has an XM 800T going around the back of them, but it's also being encountered by the BMP-1P.
The BMP
Yeah.
1P is going to be dangerous for that fight.
Yeah, the BM1P
Oh.
is
Scouts are
very
tussling
dangerous.
over it now. We're going to see who wins the scout fight and see who can get on
There
it.
it is,
Oh,
right there.
XMA Energy playing. And there's the BMP 1P also playing incredibly well. They've both taken some hits, but it looks like the XMA Energy is a little worse off. It's a lower tier, so it has less hit points, and the BMP 1P hits harder.
Yep, and
and the
it was-
cap.
And Moose is.
And ram kill!
Oh, that's gonna leave a mark.
It is going to
Okay,
leave a
so
mark.
now it's down 5-4. Hammer Legion up one tank, and
Oh, 4-4, and it's 3-4.
3-4.
Hammer Legion up
Legion
one.
still maintains that lead by
This
one.
is a very close match. Both Moose and Hammer Legion playing
It
very
looks
well
like
here.
Moose is going to lose, though, because he's already got his tanks that are
Ooh,
way too
and there
low.
goes. Okay, 1 against 3. It's doable. No,
Nope.
didn't pull it off. So Moose takes it in the shorts in game 1, but they brought a good fight as they took out 4 of their opponents before going down.
Indeed, that was a very good match. I think we have a very
They had a-
evenly matched team here.
Interesting how it took 4 minutes for the fight to start and 3 minutes for it to end.
Yes. Yes. Hey, when I go into battle, I want my cup of cocoa. I want my cookies in the morning, and I want to be nice and toasty before the battle. You know, like that warm moment when you're in bed and you're sitting there and you're like, I really don't want to get out of bed to go to work. That's what I want to be like before I drive into battle. That's what I want to be like driving into battle. Just
There you
that
go.
comfortable.
There you go.
Now,
That was a good fight.
it was a good fight. And Cerebius, are we giving stuff away?
We do have free stuff.
Free stuff.
And not only do we have free stuff, but we have entertainment. Because,
Am I getting killed again?
no, Raux, you're not being killed.
Hooray!
Kill Raux has proven to be
Very difficult.
for Raux. Everybody else thought it was pretty easy. So, we're going to end Kill Raux. And tomorrow we will start doing our in-depth review series with the T90 tank. We're going to start with that, and we're going to do a 1-hour in-depth review.
And
You'll
that's going to be a
see.
live streamed PvP T90 only review of the tank.
You'll see some PvE play, a lot of PvP play, assuming, of course, the queue is big enough to support it.
Indeed.
And a really good conversation about the T90 as we analyze the different battles that we've been in.
Analyze what it's good against, where you want to play
Right.
in it, what maps, and we're going to be going over several maps. So you're going to get a lot out of that series. So tune in tomorrow at 6 p.m. PST to get in on that stream.
Yes, it is. And if you would like, then you can join our raffles. We got 3 raffles tonight.
We have three raffles. That's right.
That's right. We have 3 raffles. We're giving away the WZ-1224
Yeah, which is a phenomenal tank.
premium Chinese tank.
Very nice.
We're giving away 2 Chieftain Mark 6s.
Exclusive tank that you cannot buy, which is nice.
Only way to get it is from a raffle through us or other streamers.
Oh,
Okay?
I am twirling my mustache.
And the best raffle, at least in my opinion, is an opportunity to join Raux and Cerebius, join Gorlon's Army on stream for
an hour on
for an
Saturday.
hour on the first Saturday of the month. Get in a raffle and participate in that, because when you do, then you could actually be on stream with us.
Yeah, and it goes straight to YouTube. You'll be famous.
Yes, you can be famous or infamous, however that works out.
Whatever way it goes. Just a quick thing here. Something I didn't put in the rules of the raffle. If you do get chosen as being there, just be aware that we do keep the language very clean on the stream.
Yeah, we do want to keep the language clean. So rules for all 3 raffles that we need to keep in mind. One is only enter once, please, because
For each raffle.
For each raffle. Yeah, you can enter each raffle, but only once for each raffle. Otherwise, you will get disqualified. Please make sure to use your in-game name and the primary server that you play on.
And for the raffle, which you will be trying to join in on our stream, please put your primary comm software, whether it be TeamSpeak or Discord.
Yeah, we will be on Discord, so if you're not familiar with that,
We'll get you hooked up.
yeah, we'll get you hooked up. So we're looking forward to this as a way to meet those who watch us,
Indeed.
and as an opportunity to add some flavor to the streams. So come be a part of the Gorlon's Army streams and participate with us in these activities. And those are our 3 raffles. Now, you might be asking yourself, how do you get to the raffles? Look in the chat. Our moderator, Tank Buster, should have... Tank Blaster. I'm sorry, Tank Blaster.
He's not the Hulk Buster. Stop being Avengers.
I am being an Avenger. Deal with
No.
it. So he is now putting together the links in the stream. If you haven't seen them already, you will see them soon. They may have even been in before we start talking about this, as there is a 5-minute delay. So he may have heard that and started already taking care of that. And we have just a couple of minutes before the next match starts. And I just want to announce who we've got going with us tonight so that everybody knows. As you know, we've got... what you don't know is we have a new camera operator.
Hooray!
Luna Knight. She is operating our camera. She will be covering the red team. So all of the camera action on the red team will be Luna Knight.
There's going to be an explosion from people who want Luna Knight to talk now. You know that.
I understand that. They're going to have to deal with it. She's a camera operator. On the blue team, we have Care Bear, our loving, kind, and tender camera operator.
Oh, yes.
Be nice or he'll cry. And moderating our chat tonight is Tank Blaster.
Also the voice of Billy Bob.
Also the voice of Billy Bob, whom you will hear later this evening. And running the booth, the man who makes it all happen, you don't see it or hear it unless he approves it, is the man Grinley. So we're so thankful to him and making sure that we actually sound and look good.
And then there's Cerebius and Bullets, who are both commentating with Raux. Hooray!
Yes. Yeah, we've got the 3 of us here commentating, so lots of fun tonight. Looking forward to a great stream. Welcome, everyone, to the Soldier of Fortune League Week 4. If you're just joining us,
Hammer Legion versus Moose. And I think it's Moose up one.
No, Hammer Legion's up 1.
Hammer Legion up one. All
Hammer
right.
Legion is up 1, and and so we're in really good shape that way. So we should be starting here shortly. Looking at the
30 seconds to go.
Looking at the layouts here, I'm not seeing any major tank changes.
No, it looks like Moose is sticking to their guns with the Type 69 Mark IIs, which it did seem like it was just a difference in tactics. A little tipping of the battle could have gone either way last match.
Actually, there is a change in tanks. They have one more of 40, getting rid of a T-64.
Oh, good eye, Bullet. Good eye. Thank you. That's right. They do have one more OF-40. So
The OF-40's gun has the best gun depression, best accuracy, and penetration of the tier for a, I want to say, well-rounded main battle tank. The Starship's gun has the most penetration and most damage, but,
But it's got the
nobody's
big
using
hat.
it.
That's because you can't hide the thing.
And it has no armor. Let's just be honest.
Yeah.
I don't like the Starship.
So we're going to see Hammer Legion in blue and Moose in red as we head into the game and start loading in. And here we are. We've got red again in the northwest. That will be
Moose.
Moose.
That's Moose in red.
That's Moose in red. And in blue down in the southeast
Is Hammer Legion.
Is Hammer Legion. So we're excited about that and looking forward to another really good match. Hopefully, they start a little bit sooner, but we'll see. We'll see if they just come into it and we'll go from there. So, really excited about this and seeing what happens and where we go. Loving the camo again, as usual. These guys are spiffing up their tanks, and I absolutely love seeing those tanks when they're that way. So we're off, and
Hopefully we'll get to see some more action.
No, I want to see more of the Boy Scouts.
Boy Scouts again?
The Boy Scouts.
Boy Scouts. Yeah. Well, I didn't bring my marshmallows. Little collision action there for Moose as they
That
try to
always happens. It's
try
nothing
to
new.
figure out who's going where when.
Have you ever driven out of the cap circle wrong?
I'm going to publicly say no, but I'm going to wink and nod while I'm doing that. Yes, I've driven out. I think I've rammed more of my teammates than I want to publicly admit. So
You're not the
interesting to
only
see
one.
here. Moose is not going up on the hill.
They're going to the O line, the zero
So-
line, not the O line.
No, they're not going to the zero. Moose is taking
Oh,
it right
Moose is
down
going.
the middle.
Okay, I'm sorry.
Yeah,
I got confused.
right
with
down the
Hammer
colors.
Legion is going to the 1 and 2
Hammer
line.
Legion is a lot invested in the southern western part of the map, which I find interesting.
So it could be interesting if Moose can catch these guys before that flanking action happens.
If they snap the pincer shut at the same time. When you're flanking and surrounding like this, you've got to snap both flanks in at the same time so that the enemy doesn't have the opportunity to pick one and push through the weaker one, then turn around and deal with the other one. You have to do it at the same
Right.
time. It's
So-
highly timed.
So if Moose pushes hard, they could actually come up with a 3-tank advantage on these guys.
Which would be huge because that's almost half of a team.
Yeah, that's almost half of a
And
team.
the rest of the team is pretty lightly armored.
So and we've got. It looks like Hammer Legion is taking a cautious approach again.
And
I don't know why we keep looking down on tanks. I really don't care what the tank looks like from the top. But there we go. A little bit behind the tank.
And it looks like we got the Boy Scouts again.
Yes, they have found their positions again, and we'll go from there. Now, last time, Hammer Legion made the push and won.
Right, and I think that's a lot to play. If you make the push, you're the one deciding what pace the battle's going at. You're deciding where the fight's at. Okay? If you're camping, you're kind of saying, well, we want to fight here, and we're not going to move. And that can be very, very dangerous.
But it also
Yes.
can be very good at the same time when you lay an ambush correctly.
Because the teams were swapped last time. So now Moose has Hammer Legion's spot, and Hammer Legion has Moose's spot.
But notice Moose didn't go up on the hill.
No. They weren't all the way up on the hill, were they?
No. Last
Hammer Legion was.
Hammer Legion was up on the hill, but Moose hasn't been up on the hill. That could be interesting.
No,
Yeah.
Hammer Legion was not up on the hill last game, but he had one Lav 300 up on the hill.
Well, that makes sense. That's where Tank Destroyer is supposed to be. If he backs up properly, he's got no armor. If he gets hit, he's getting hit. But you can get a lot of shots from up there if you know what you're doing.
Right.
It's difficult for the main battle tanks because they have armor, and you want to use that, and it's hard and difficult to use it on a hill like that. And it looks like they're just. It looks like Hammer Legion has put up a nice perimeter. They've got the place surrounded, and it looks like they're just gonna wait.
Yeah, this is very interesting to see how this is. Yeah, Hammer Legion could push a 2-front war here, which
Yes.
is really difficult.
They could.
If they can be effective with it and they time it right so that both sides come in, and then they
Oh wait, the BMP 1P is taking some hits.
has it?
Yeah, Moose's BMP 1P is taking some hits. It's
Oh,
about,
yeah,
it's a
he
little
has.
under half health.
Yeah, he has.
He must have gotten caught out by those other scouts and run away. I missed that.
I completely missed it as well. Good eye, Raux. Glad you saw that now. Better late than never. But
Indeed. But it looks like they're just pushing cautiously. They're trying to get the BMP 1P out of position.
Actually, it looks like from Moose's team, they're sending their lav around to somewhere.
They're probably sending the XM800T around to knock out the BMP 1P. Once the BMP 1P is out, it's very possible that AFV Tank Destroyer Force could just wreck the side of somebody. I hate it when Tank Destroyers and AFVs are on my side. They will tear your sides apart.
They punch through everything at that point. Because those guns, on the sides, those guns hit hard.
30 millimeters and
it looks like we
75 mil on the Tank Destroyers. And it looks like we got like a little ring around the rosy in the city. We got some main battle tanks from Moose up behind the guys from Hammer Legion, and Hammer Legion is pushing straight into Moose. This could be catastrophic if they get tail-ended here.
Yeah, it could be. This will be very. Oh, and a missile got fired there.
I don't think that.
Oh,
7-6.
and Hammer Legion draws first blood and takes a tank down.
The
But
BMP 1P
they are
that
now
was hitting,
getting
but now they're
ready.
surrounded by the AFVs, and it looks like they're gonna pincer this just like they should, and all the main battle tanks are gonna push it in. Hammer Legion in a really difficult spot here if Moose pushes right, but.
Oh, and there it is.
6-6.
Moose.
Oh, 6-5.
6-5, and it looks like Hammer Legion is
in the
saying,
lead.
"No, we're up one. We're staying up one."
Yeah.
You know?
And it's very interesting to see this. And you got this poor Type 69 Mark II getting double teamed by these two.
But he's doing a really
264s.
good job of making sure that they don't have sharp angles on him. Look how
Right.
he's keeping the front of the tank as best he can to both. Now there he goes. There
Yeah,
they're
now-
flanking him.
yeah,
That's
now
it right
he's
there.
done.
Yeah.
It's very difficult in those 2-on-1 fights. They're hard to win.
Really hard to do 2-on-1 fights.
And it looks like that. I'm going to say Hammer Legion's going to win this one. They're up 3 tanks.
Yeah, they're up 3. It's really hard to come back from that.
Yeah, and it looks like a lot of Hammer Legion's stuff that's left, or at least a lot of things that Moose has left, is one, they have an 040 lightly armored, and that's not going to do well in the city fight.
They have.
Yeah,
And you got Alive here engaging the the T-64 and
no,
pumping
the
a
040.
good
He
shot.
just took out the 040, and they're 6-1 now. So they're
And
Moose
they're
is
not
going to be
winning.
hard pressed to pull this out.
Not with the Type 69 Mark II and not with that hit points. You're not killing 6 tanks.
But he may be
Not-
able to.
no,
Never
Not a
mind.
team coordinated on comms. In a random match,
Maybe.
and that's a big maybe.
If they come at him kind of one at a time.
and with their guns pointed the wrong way and backwards, they might do really well.
So yeah, that's
Woo, doggy, Billy Bob's here. You tired of getting hit when you sneak in a peek? Billy Bob's pop-up periscope. You pop it up, see what's happening. Then you can get your shots in when it counts. No hits on you, out shots on them. Man, this is something we need. Down pop-up periscope, on to the next tank.
Pop-up periscope is just cardboard with 2 mirrors, all supplied by you. Some assembly is going to be required.
Woo, doggy, Billy Bob here. You getting heated with all those little tanks come in, steal your shot? Move in so fast like gnats at a picnic? Ooh-wee, I got just the thing for you. Pests be gone. One spray of this, they'll fall over in their tracks. Pests be gone. No more snapping on your snacks.
Till they pick themselves back up.
Woo, doggy, Billy Bob here. Mark 6 for you. Got all the shot power covered, but you lacking speed? Turret turning a little slow? Man, I've got it. Billy Bob's Quick Lube. Only 48,000 credits. Get that turret twisting, those tracks are rolling. Guaranteed to pick it up by 38%. Even helps with reloads. Billy Bob's Quick Lubes.
Wish this product was real, never going to be made.
Woo, doggy, Billy Bob's here. Tired of all that ice making your tank slip and slide around? You need Billy Bob's anti-slip and grip pellets. Just one bag of this, you'll get all the grip you've ever needed. Climb anything, climb anywhere. Never slide back, just tank forward. Billy Bob's, we get you there.
Anti-slip and grip pellets only available on Neptune.
Woo, doggy, Billy Bob here. Is the Artie too much for you? Tired of constantly getting raining shells and missiles? Wish it would just stop? I got it. The Artie umbrella, just in time. Only 1,999 credits. Pop this baby up, let it rain, 'cause it's the only thing it's gonna stop. Keeps you dry, but your tank's still smoking. Billy Bob's. You don't want it, but we got it. Woo, doggy, Billy Bob here. Just wanted y'all to know we're filling up the tanks and getting ready to roll out with a new line to solve all your problems and mine. Man, they say my Grandpappy Zhang was third world. Wait till you see these. Light tanks with heavy guns, heavy tanks with light guns. How about a solid tank with a super gun? Special one-shot kill capabilities. Super scope so you can find all your enemies and friends on the field. Armor so strong, 20 tanks can't stop it. Sounds great, right? You like it, I like it, let's make a deal. Billy Bob's, your new tank supplier.
Tank's never going to be built or supplied.
Woo, doggy, Billy Bob here. I'd just like to thank those guys over at Gorlon's Armory and Armored Warfare for making it so easy to hijack their signal, sell my wares. Just like my Grandpappy Zhang used to say, son, if you can't marry a wolf, buy a shishkin. And if that's too much, call Billy Bob's for all your tank needs. Billy Bob, Tank Supplies.
All shipping handled through Pluto Express. Wait times vary from never to not going to get it.
Woo, doggy, Billy Bob here. Did you hear what them fellas over at Gorlon's Army are doing? They giving away lots of stuff. Mark 6s, 3-day premium play. Man, they're making it hard to keep up. Y'all just gotta go to Rafflecopter, sign up, wait till the end of the stream. I like fishing in streams. But anyways, they'll let y'all know if you wins at the end. My darling Wolfie says I better not compete with them. So good luck. Woo, doggy, Billy Bob here. You like the Striker missile boat? So do I. You tired of always running out of ammo? Me too. Well, I gone and done it again. The Striker missile boat piggyback. You tow it behind you. When you need more ammo, get out and reload. Then the Striker missile boat piggyback. It carries all those little extras you need and want. It carries the load till you explode.
Trailer will explode when hit. So will you.
Woo, doggy, Billy Bob here. The Lab 300 got too much hop. You running down tanks, bouncing all around. Every time you hit something, it goes the other way. Ooh-wee, it's like having a jackrabbit at the back end. I tell you what, if this is happening to you, try out Billy Bob's. Try another tank. It gets rid of all those pesky problems. Billy Bob, you got problems? We solve them. Woo, doggy, Billy Bob here. Wolfpack got you all bothered? Like that new camo look, but can't afford it? Call me. I just got in my all-new line of Never Seen It camo. Only 8,500 credits. You put this on, y'all never see the credits you spend again. Billy Bob's, we got you covered.
And in some cases, uncamouflaged.
Hey, it looks like we have some changes to the teams. An UV 40 has been dropped from Moose's team.
Yeah, we got the UV 40. It looks like it's being replaced by a T64. It appears to be. Am I mistaken there, Cerebius?
No, you're right. One of the O40s got dropped, and T64 has come in, and it looks like Hammer Legion is rolling the same.
The T64, XM800T, 2 Lab 300s, which is a very standard lineup.
Yes, it is.
For
We are
leagues.
seeing that meta repetitively. So what's interesting to note here is they have skipped Lost Island. Lost Island got voted off the island.
Puns! Why?
Because it was good. I have to say these things. So we're going to Narrows, which normally gets voted out.
Not a lot of people like the Narrows. In fact, it was brought up in the meeting that we were in before the league started. A lot of people did not like Narrows, and some people were saying for a good reason. And I think that good reason is one side gets that rock.
So let's explain to everybody what the rules are about the maps. Each team gets to vote one map out.
So you don't have to play on a map that you really don't want to.
Right.
And you don't have all the maps either. The maps currently that you will see during the leagues or are possible to see during the leagues are Cold Strike, Lost Island, Narrows, Port Storm, River Point, and Roughneck. Notice, High Wall's not on there, so you're not going to see High Wall this season, guys. And you're not going to see Reactor this season either.
Right, we won't see that at all. And they have to be played in that order. Cold Strike, Lost Island, Narrows, Port Storm, River Point, and then Roughneck. They have to be played in that order.
Unless you dropped one.
Unless
so
they
if you dropped
vote,
one,
yeah, and then you skip the one that got voted out, and you go to Narrows. So there's one more map that we're not going to see. We either will not see Port Storm, River Point, or Roughneck by the end of this, as the other team has their vote as well. So here we are. We're back in. The teams are set up. The colors remain the same. So we have Hammer Legion in blue, and they have spawned in the southwest corner. And we have Moose in red, and they have spawned in the northeast corner. What do you think, guys? Bullets, you first. Is this an 8-9 battle like we see in PvP?
I think they're gonna have for Hammer Legion. I think they're gonna have their XM8 bot go the 1-2 line, or at least some of the 0 line at the end. Because what I like doing in my Fox or a fast tank is going to the 0 line around D, I guess, and I just go into the water and just flank right there. So I think some of the tanks are going to be going 1 and 2.
I think this is an interesting setup we've got here. Moose is
Moose
pushing the 1-2 line, which we haven't seen in league or tournament play yet.
We have not seen that in league or tournament play.
At least not a dedicated push like they're doing. And this is a standard round, so they do have a cap circle they do need to defend. So we've got to be willing to look at that, and they've got to be ready. On the other hand, we have Hammer Legion taking a much more standard route, putting all of their main battle tanks up on the 8-9 line. They have their XM800T in the middle, spotting everything. So he's going to spot all those Moose guys coming right over that hill as they come over, and he's going to be able to react very quickly to the incoming threat.
Yeah, and depending on how fast they come over, that reaction might be, run away!
I don't know. I think in this scenario, Hammer Legion would be forced to turn around to stop Moose from taking their cap circle by storm. Because if you cap out, you win. And in league play, fair fights are for suckers, in my opinion. And if you can take the cap circle, take the cap circle if it's easier.
Strategy is strategy.
Exactly.
Okay? And a win is a win. It doesn't matter how you want to get there, as long as it's within the boundaries of the rules.
As long as you can do it in the game.
Right.
You're
yeah.
fine.
Yeah, as long as within the boundaries of the rules, then yeah, a win is a win and a strategy is a strategy. All right, so it looks like
The XM800T looks like he's going to spot him.
and I think he has. I've just
I
kind
think
of
he's
watched.
spotted.
There's no way he hasn't spotted something by now.
I don't know. He doesn't have a line of sight, but he's about to get in the 50-meter proximity. And he's
Yeah.
gone. He's gone. He's running away now. He's seen him for sure.
Yeah,
he's
he has
getting
seen
out of there.
something.
And Hammer Legion should be turning around to engage the threat to their base, or push through to try and counter cap, which would be
Either that or
really
all they've
risky.
seen is the scout and they still don't know. You know, it could be that all that Hammer Legion saw was this BMP 1P here.
It's a BMD1, Cerebius. BMP 1P is on. They
Right.
dropped the BMP 1P.
Right, the BMD 1. Thank
Yes.
you.
It's
I
it's
feel
about
so
the same-
intelligent now.
It's about the same tank, though. So.
They look a lot alike. They're twin tanks, maternal twins. But anyways, I don't know that he saw it because they're not. Hammer Legion's not turning around. I think he saw the
And then
scout.
pushing up with a T-64, it looks like he has only seen the scout, which could get very, very bad.
Yeah, it could be because they are literally on their.
They're
front
on
doorstep.
top of the cap circle, and that cap circle is easy to defend. You get down in them bunkers, and you're gonna have to dig them out with toothpicks. It's a nightmare.
Yes, it
especially with
is.
T-64s, because T-64s don't have any gun depression.
No, they don't.
And as you're popping over that sharp ridge, you're exposing your lower plate, your belly, and you're just gonna get shot up doing it.
Yeah, so it'll be.
Oh, BMD1
Oh!
knocked out. XM800T just annihilated Moose's scout. That's a great win.
Yeah, they did, and so that's huge for Hammer Legion. Is they don't have that scout, but I don't think Hammer Legion knows yet that they're still just right there.
It doesn't look like it. They're waiting up there. Now you see, I think they're waiting up there because they think that Hammer Legion thinks that Moose is tucked up at B and C, Beta and Charlie 8 and 9. That's the common camping place on this map, and that's why they're being so cautious right now. Is they think they're still up there.
I think you're right, but now look, they're sitting over the Lav 300s.
Yep, and the Lav 300s are very capable of defending the base on their own. This could get very sticky for Moose very quickly, especially since they've already lost their
And
scout.
it looks like
Well, not only that, but those Lav 300s can defend well enough, and if Hammer Legion figures out what's going on, it's going to be really hard for Moose to respond and defend their base. They have now taken so long getting into Hammer Legion's base
That Moose...
that Hammer Legion's figured it out. They're
It's
not
pushing.
there.
Yeah,
And
they're pushing straight into the base, and they're leaving the Lav 300s back. They're going for a cap. Lav 300s are staying back to reset cap if it happens, while the rest of Hammer Legion is going into the cap circle. You can see the XM800T leading the charge and going to go right into the cap circle to get his AFV capping boost. And
Right,
this is
because-
deadly.
Yeah, because with the AFV capping boost and because it's standard and non-encounter, they will get. They're going to count that down very, very fast.
And we can see that Hammer Legion
And
or
here,
Moose
Moose
hasn't
is
turned
about.
around.
Moose is about to know.
And they're going right down in those bunkers.
Yep.
Where it's going to be a nightmare to dig them out.
That's right. It's like, come and get me if you can. Reset me if you think you can get the gun depression.
Now, I would be interested to see if they just hold up a ton of T-64s around this XM800T and just made this bunker around him. I think that'd be hilarious. Are they going to do it?
It looks like they're doing it. It
They
looks
might
like
be
they're doing
doing
that very thing. Oh, and here they go. Moose is pushed in now as well.
And it looks like the Lab 300s are defending honorably. It looks like, I think Hammer Legion's got a cap. They got 30 seconds. I don't think they're getting back in time.
Well, they
No.
are sending a lab, which
They are sending a Lab 300 back,
But it's too little too late.
it's too little too late, and they're down in that bunker hiding. I don't think
And the
he's
Lab
gonna
300 doesn't have the depression to shoot down into it. He's going
I
to
don't
roll
even
down
think
in there and get annihilated.
I don't even think he's got the time to get a shot.
Oh, he might. He might be going to get a shot.
Maybe. He might.
Oh, he's picking into the cap circle
There you go. He's peeking into it, but
Oh.
he's just discovered that everybody's.
Yep, everybody's there, and that's
And
cap
there it is.
out.
They capped
win.
out. Yeah.
Only one death that match.
That's impressive. It really is. It's impressive.
It is, and Hammer Legion played that. Both Hammer Legion and Moose played that well. I think Moose is being just a little too timid for the leagues.
Yeah, well, certainly in this match. I haven't seen them play in others, so I can't comment to the others. But I think in this one, they're playing a little on the timid side. If they would have pushed through the scout, taken out their scout and pushed straight into the cap circle, they would have had a massive advantage. Hammer Legion would have had to respond to them versus going forward.
Right, and they would have. Here's what would have happened. They would have had knocked out the XM800T, maybe lost their BMD1 again, but then they would have taken out 2 Lab 300s. And that's losing 1 tank for 3. That's very efficient trading, in my opinion.
That is very efficient training. Bullets, what are your thoughts?
Well, I think it was very interesting how Moose didn't push, I guess you could say, and I think he's being too shy. I think he's being way too shy with this, and that he needs to really step up and start pushing a lot more. Okay?
Yeah, I think so as well. So, you know, we've got we've seen Hammer Legion now. They're the Hammer Legion is up 3-0, and they've played effectively well. And Moose has played really good. I mean, these have been good matches, really good matches where they have gone at each other. They're switching sides now, so that's always a little bit confusing. And then once they get that ready to go, they'll be up.
You know why I think they switched sides there?
Woo, doggy, Billy Bob here. I'd just like to thank those guys over at Gorlon's Armory and Armored Warfare for making it so easy to hijack their signal, sell my wares. Just like my grandpappy Zhang used to say, son, if you can't marry a wolf, buy a shishkin. And if that's too much, call Billy Bob's for all your tank needs. Billy Bob, Tank Supplies.
All shipping handled through Pluto Express. Wait times vary from never to not going to get it.
Woo, doggy, Billy Bob here. Wolfpack got you all bothered? Like that new camo look, but can't afford it? Call me. I just got in my all-new line of Never Seen It camo. Only 8,500 credits. You put this on, y'all never see the credits you spend again. Billy Bob's, we got you covered.
And in some cases, uncamouflaged.
Woo, doggy, Billy Bob here. Did you hear what them fellas over at Gorlon's Army are doing? They giving away lots of stuff. Mark 6s, 3-day premium play. Man, they making it hard to keep up. Y'all just gotta go to Rafflecopter, sign up, wait till the end of the stream. I like fishing in streams. But anyways, they'll let y'all know if you wins at the end. My darling Wolfie says I better not compete with them. So good luck. Woo, doggy, Billy Bob's here. You tired of getting hit when you sneak in a peek? Billy Bob's pop-up periscope. You pop it up, see what's happening. Then you can get your shots in when it counts. No hits on you, all shots on them. Man, this is something we need. Down pop-up periscope, on to the next tank.
Pop-up periscope is just cardboard with 2 mirrors, all supplied by you. Some assembly is going to be required.
Woo, doggy, Billy Bob here. Mach 6 for you. Got all the shot power covered, but you lacking speed? Turret turning a little slow? Man, I've got it. Billy Bob's Quick Lube. Only 48,000 credits. Get that turret twisting, those tracks are rolling. Guaranteed to pick it up by 38%. Even helps with reloads. Billy Bob's Quick Lubes.
Wish this product was real. Never going to be made.
Woo, doggy, Billy Bob here. Is the Artie too much for you? Tired of constantly getting raining shells and missiles? Wish it would just stop. I got it. The Artie umbrella, just in time. Only 1,999 credits. Pop this baby up, let it rain, because it's the only thing it's gonna stop. Keeps you dry, but your tank's still smoking. Billy Bob's. You don't want it, but we got it. What?
So, you want to know what I want, guys?
What do you want?
What do you want, Bullets?
I've wanted it for a long time, but I've never had the chance to really get it. I want the WZ Premium Tank.
Ooh. Rouch, you know what that means, right?
What does that mean, Cerebius?
We have free stuff.
Oh, free stuff. Oh, and I think we have a little more than just a WZ. We also have Mark 6 liters to give away.
2 of them.
2 of them to give away. And that is an exclusive tank that you can't buy. Even if you went to Obsidian and said, here's $1,000, give me the Mark 6, they would say no.
Maybe.
If they're ethical, they'd say no. They're supposed to say no.
That's a pretty
Of course
big
they'll say no.
bribe.
Yeah, speaking of Obsidian Entertainment, you know, I want to do a shout out to Armored Warfare Leagues. They put these things on. There's a lot that goes on that you guys don't see in the background. And they do an amazing job of coming up with rules, of getting the teams in order, of coordinating all the activities. There's a lot of logistics involved. My hat's off to Will and his team at Armored Warfare Leagues. They are doing an amazing job. Also want to thank Obsidian and My.com for the prizes that they give these teams, and they are substantial prizes for the leagues.
Indeed, they are.
And for the support that they've given to Armored Warfare Leagues for getting the tournaments going and keeping the tournaments going. So big shout out to these guys for doing a great job and getting this going and making it happen.
It looks like there's been a few changes to Moose's team, actually. They've added a Type 69 Mark II and traded for a... I don't know, what did they trade for? But it looks like they added...
Okay, so Moose got rid of their Type 64s and went to the Type 69 Mark II. They got rid of the OF40 as well. So they got rid of one Type 64, one OF40, and went with Type 69 Mark IIs. So they're...
The Type 69 Mark IIs is a good tank, and I think it's interesting to see them.
So
No,
it is
actually,
interesting.
they didn't get rid of an UP40. They got rid of that a while ago. They got rid of a BMD1. A BMD1, because that's what we saw last match.
Okay. So it looks like, you know, Obsidian and My.com have just have just put some capabilities in that will allow the streamers, to allow the teams to actually watch as spectators from only the team perspective. This is really cool. As it's been so far, an observer gets to see everything. And so you couldn't come in as a team spectator and help captain your team because you would see both teams. So you couldn't be an observer. You had to drive a tank, as it were.
And then that tank, which was a tier 1, would get team killed off the beginning, and that'd be an observer. But now that they're removing that, that's a little bit more time off the batch. There's a little less shells wasted and a little less stress to the commanders. So I think it'll be very interesting to see that new stuff.
The other thing that they've implemented is a swap button, which says,
Thank heaven.
finally, right?
Yeah.
It's a button. And they did it. And I'm glad they did it. I know they've got a lot going on as they're still trying to get the team out or the game out, and they're trying to get a lot of balancing work done. So the fact that they're taking time out to make these tournament capabilities more effective and easier for these teams to play is just huge. My hat off again to Obsidian and My.com for listening to the community and being responsive and putting aside probably some higher priority items as far as their perspective. Yeah. and getting these items out for the button swaps and the spectator capabilities.
Now,
And the match is underway.
And that will be in 0.15. Yes, the match is underway. We have in red Hammer Legion,
Which is doing something different this time.
they are in
They're
the
going down the
northeast.
8-9 line, which you normally do.
Yeah,
Dude.
and then we've got, or the north, yeah, they're in the northeast, and you've got Moose and Blue
They
on
also-
the southwest.
They also have an XM800 bot going in and scouting.
Yeah, that's a normal place to scout on this map. That XM800T is going to see everything. He
He's
should
gonna
see
see a
exactly where Moose is going and see exactly what they need to do based on their team's movements. We're going to here we should see a lot of reactionary movement by both teams to what is being seen and who's getting spotted.
Yeah, it's interesting. They've got an XM800T on Moose, but they're not. They're not really using that XM800T to effectively spot. So Moose is one of the newer battalions. Obviously, this is something that they're working on, and
I think they'll go far.
yeah, I think they will too.
They've had a little issues with timidity, but that's going to go away as they get more experienced, and they're going to be someone to watch out for, just like Wolf Recon is.
Looks like we got
Yes.
a bunch of submarines here.
I love the 22nd on some tanks, the amphibious
Yeah.
capability.
Especially in the Fox.
It really provides some great capabilities to these tanks and strategies using the water, not just as something, I can't go across that.
Right.
But as an element to
Surprise your enemies.
Yeah, to surprise
I've
your
done it in
opponent.
my BMD4. I went under the water, popped it behind the enemy line. They didn't see me, and I hit a T-80 with a missile for 1,000 damage.
Yeah.
That was the end of his game. But I think it's funny how both of these teams, both times, have played Ring Around the Rosies.
They have. And it's,
But this time, though, Moose isn't being very shy.
they are
Moose
being
is
far
being a
more
lot
aggressive.
more aggressive.
They're being far more aggressive. But again, you see Hammer Legion is left behind one of their tank destroyers in an effort to protect the cap circle and reset if needed.
Right, and I think that's a really good choice. Tank Destroyer doesn't have a lot of armor. It's not good in a frontline fight. You keep it back to reset the cap. The DPM, the penetration, and its sneakiness while not moving it just works. It plays the defensive role very, very well.
Yeah, it does. It does play the defensive.
I mean, whenever I'm in my Tank Destroyers, I camp in a bush, wait for the enemies to come around, and just nail them.
Yeah, and it looks like Moose is getting ready to cap. I'm not sure what they're
Both
waiting
teams
for.
are, and it looks like Hammer Legion has set the XM800T, and it looks like they're going around the cap circle to dive in all at once to get the maximum amount of cap time out before they alert their enemies to where they're at.
They got to hurry because now
Yeah,
right there, there it is. Hammer Legion is now in the cap circle. Moose has got to get in or get out.
Yep, they got to get in, and they've got to deal with those Tank Destroyers in the back, which are going to obliterate them coming out of there. It's going to be very rough. He's already taken a hit.
Yeah, and interestingly, Moose had the XM800T in the cap circle and he left it. What are they waiting for?
I think it was a misdrive mistake. The XM800T can be a squirrely vehicle to drive. He was probably just going too fast and couldn't stop in time.
No, because now he's moving up to go and kill the Lav 300s.
It could be that he's there to slaughter the Lav 300s and keep the defensive off of them. That could be a very good play. But we can see here that Hammer Legion has the far ahead cap advantage, and it could be very deadly. But the XM800T,
There it is. Their Lav 300 is out. He took it out.
and he's knocking out that defense. But the problem is, Hammer Legion's capping just a little too fast. Twice as fast as Moose is.
Yeah,
They need...
The Type 69 Mark II from Moose might very well be able to counter that cap if he can get there in time, but I think it's, again, just a little too little, just a little too late.
Yeah, I think again, they played a little timid getting into the cap circle, and if they would have pushed in first,
If they
I
would've
think they would have actually won this.
Yeah, they would have had the lead foot there.
If the XM800 bot would have stayed in the cap, I think
Keep going.
it would have been more efficient for them instead of going after the Lav 300s. I always call it.
And well, there it is.
There it is. The game's just over, and that. At least it's not the campfire that was the beginning.
Well, that's true. It's not the campfire. Both teams are trying to get in there.
And it's a new meta, and I like that.
It is. It is. I like it too. I like seeing it. I like seeing teams saying, "Hey, we're playing to win," and that's just what we're gonna do. So I'm looking forward to it, and actually kind of excited to see how it's playing.
Yep.
That was a one-kill game again. A one-kill game again.
doggy, Billy Bob here. Just wanted you all to know we're filling up the tanks and getting ready to roll out with a new line to solve all your problems and mine. Man, they say my Grandpappy Zhang was third world. Wait till you see these. Light tanks with heavy guns, heavy tanks with light guns. How about a solid tank with a super gun? Special one-shot kill capabilities. Super scope so you can find all your enemies and friends on the field. Armor so strong, 20 tanks can't stop it. Sounds great, right? You like it, I like it, let's make a deal. Billy Bob's, your new tank supplier.
Tank's never going to be built or supplied.
Woo, doggy, Billy Bob here. You like the Striker missile boat? So do I. You tired of always running out of ammo? Me too. Well, I gone and done it again. The Striker missile boat piggyback. You tow it behind you when you need more ammo, get out and reload. Then the Striker missile boat piggyback. It carries all those little extras you need and want. It carries the load till you explode.
Trailer will explode when hit. So will you.
Woo, doggy, Billy Bob here. You getting heated with all those little tanks come in, steal your shot? Move in so fast like gnats at a picnic? Ooh-wee, I got just the thing for you. Pests be gone. One spray of this, they'll fall over in their tracks. Pests be gone. No more snapping on your snacks.
Till they pick themselves back up.
Woo, doggy, Billy Bob here. The Lab 300 got too much hop. You running down tanks, bouncing all around. Every time you hit something, it goes the other way. Ooh-wee, it's like having a jackrabbit at the back end. I tell you what, if this is happening to you, try out Billy Bob's, try another tank. It gets rid of all those pesky problems. Billy Bob, you got problems? We solve them. Woo, doggy, Billy Bob's here. Tired of all that ice making your tank slip and slide around? You need Billy Bob's anti-slip and grip pellets. Just one bag of this, you'll get all the grip you've ever needed. Climb anything, climb anywhere. Never slide back, just tank forward. Billy Bob's, we get you there.
Anti-slip and grip pellets only available on Neptune.
So, Cerebius, we've got free stuff to give away. How do we get it?
That's a great question, Raux. How do you get the free stuff?
I want free stuff, but if I don't know how to get it, I can't get my free stuff.
And I think the only person who knows is Bullets.
Bullets, how do we get the free stuff?
Well, in order to get the free stuff, you go to the YouTube channel and you go.
They're on the YouTube channel.
It's in the
Okay.
chat.
Sorry.
The YouTube
It's
chat.
a link in the chat.
There you
Sorry.
go.
So you click the link in the chat, you enter your in-game name. Well, you gotta enter your email, your in-game name, the server you are in or on, okay? And please only enter once.
Yeah, if you enter more than once for the same raffle, there are 3 raffles. You can enter all 3 raffles. If you enter more than once, you're disqualified. Please don't do that.
We don't like to disqualify people. It's no fun.
Yeah, that button is really kind of an unhappy button to push.
It is. But, hey, free stuff. And Cerebius, are we going to be giving away free stuff during the review tomorrow?
Yes, we are giving away free stuff during the review tomorrow.
What kind of free stuff are we giving away for the T90 review?
For the T90 in-depth review that we're doing live tomorrow at 6 Pacific, we are giving away
That's PM.
3 days of premium time.
Ooh.
In addition to more Chieftain Mark 6.
Nice. I like it.
So yeah, we got some goodies there, and so you get to see a great T90 review, in depth, everything you ever wanted to know about the T90.
PvE, PvP, most of the maps, what
Retrofits.
ammo, retrofits, crew skills, everything.
Yeah, you'll get to see how it all gets impacted, how it works, what happens. It'll be a massively in-depth review, and we're going to do lots of gameplay through it. So it's not just going to be this sit down and blah, blah, blah stats,
Yeah,
and then
and-
5 minutes of gameplay. We're going to have
there's-
lots of gameplay.
And there could be a Q&A too. You'll be able to ask questions and get answers about the T90.
Yeah, because unlike the tournament streams, which have a mandatory 5-minute delay, our Saturday streams
Are going to have the minimum possible delay. I think it's about 30
it-
seconds.
Yeah, it's about 20 to 30 seconds wherein you're in real time, so we can interact with you in the chat. So we'd love to answer questions about the T90. We'd love to just really
We'll be doing the review on the press accounts that we have, so we'll be able to test out new builds if we think they're viable or interesting. Go ahead and post them in, and we can see how they work.
Yeah, we can try different retrofit combinations,
Different crew commanders.
different crew commanders, different crew settings, crew skills.
See if HE only works.
Yeah, does HE only work, or is heat really better? You know, or do you run with AP? All these questions and much more
will
can
be answered tomorrow during the T90 live stream
Yes.
at
So,
6 p.m. PST here on the Gorlon's Army YouTube channel.
yeah, come and join us. Have fun with us. Somebody somewhere will be serving pizza. We won't get any, but that's okay.
And it looks like both teams are readied up and they're about to go into battle. Again, seeing a lot of Type 69 Mark IIs.
And it looks like Moose has had a change in staff.
Yeah, they got rid of their XM800T for the BMD1, and they got an of-40 for, what did they trade in? A T64.
Type
Yeah,
69 Mark.
T64.
No, they got 3 Type 69 Mark IIs.
No, Moose.
Yeah, I'm looking at Moose right now.
Oh.
Type 69 Mark IIs, a T64, 040, BMD1, and a Lab 300. They traded in one of the Lab 300s for the 040 for more main battle tanks on Port Storm, which is a very main battle tank focused map, I think, especially for the 040,
Yeah,
which
especially
is
for the
excellent at ruling the hills. It's got good gun depression, it's got good accuracy, and that Italian cheese turret that is just so thick to get through. They should put it in some spaghetti. I think it'd be delicious.
It might be. Okay, so we've got in blue Moose, and they are spawning in the south center area. In red, Hammer Legion, and they are spawning in the northeast corner.
And they're closer to the capsule. Cerebius, do you think we're going to see a TAA strategy here?
Oh, we've already seen it in the last map. We saw the capping. I don't think we might see a fast cap. It might be interesting to see.
We might see it, but I don't know. I salute TAA for the the bum rush cap. The cap bum rush. We got to make up a name for that to make them famous. They were the first ones to do it.
We can call it the TAA Rush.
There we go, the Ta Rush.
The Tar Rush. There it is, the Tar Rush. It's not the Taj Mahal, it's the Tar Rush.
And as we go in here, this is a great map for main battle things, especially things like the Type 69 and T64s. Good frontal armor, strong turrets, and a lot of hold down positions by these buildings with those little lips that come out that you can just really easily hide behind, unless you're the Object 430.
You know, we got Moose going straight to the cap circle. Again.
Right, while Hammer Legion is taking a little, they're going around.
Well, they're going to the hill. They're going to the hill, but the T64 just doesn't have that.
It doesn't have the
massive
gun depression.
gun depression.
But
it could be an
we've
interesting
seen the hill work
strategy.
before.
Yes, we've seen the hill work really good before. I've seen the hill work against me really well in some of the battles I've played in.
Right, so we're going to see right here, is the hill the main key to dominance? Because they have all of their light vehicles down there in the zero line, all going at once, going for what looks like a giant flank. They're not being timid at all. They're just rushing right through it.
Yeah. So, boy, look at this line. I mean,
They are setting up Fort
Hammer
Knox.
Legion is bringing the tanks. You know, I'm reminded of all those tank videos I saw as a kid of the Russian fleet marching through Red Square, and there's all these tanks. Dong, dong, dong.
I just like how you said that. The Russian fleet marching. So you've got marching boats in a town square. I
It's
find
a
that
fleet of
fascinating.
tanks. Deal with
That's
it.
a battalion, sir.
Deal with it.
I will. We got shots fired, and one tank already down. The
Oh,
040
my
and the
goodness.
BMD1 are both down. It looks like Moose has lost 2 tanks right off the bat. The hill might just be the key to victory here. And Moose's Hammer Legion is surrounding Moose entirely here. It could end up very badly for them. I think it's already going south, to be totally honest.
Yeah, 7-5. It's going to be really hard for Moose to come back from this.
It is, especially when you have that XM800T going all the way around the back there. He's going to get beautiful rear shots. And if he has a 30mm autocannon with 27 rounds unloading into your backside, it's about 1,000 damage.
Yeah. A little bit of a collision there as communications breaking down for just a second there at Hammer Legion.
But Hammer Legion's going in. They might just be getting a little excited. They're doing really well in the tournament.
Yeah, they are. I think they're kind of sensing a kill here.
Just a little bit. The
Yeah.
blood is in the water.
Yeah, the blood is in the water and the sharks are circling, and it does not look good for the guys in the lifeboat.
Nope. And it looks like we have one Lab 300 from Moose all the way out and trying to get some shots on the inside, and it might just work if he can get enough shots off in time. But that poor T-64 looks like he's about to go down to the superior force of Hammer Legion players. They're back-to-back now, and they're in a bad spot.
Man.
I hate being in that spot. I feel for
so
these
do
guys.
I really feel for these guys. But I mean, kudos to Moose for
And
fighting
that's
to
it.
the end. But
That position, when you're back-to-back, it's about to get ugly. And
Yeah.
very rarely do you survive. It's
Yeah.
like, okay, get as much damage experience and credits as I can out this barrel before I die.
and sadly, regretfully, the Moose guys were not totally back-to-back. They were offset, which means the guys in front of everybody was shooting at the back of everybody else.
Right.
And they just
Well,
had all those.
There is an upside and a downside to that, although I think the downside is bigger than the upside. Upside, you have more maneuverability. You can wiggle a little more, bounce a little more.
That's
but
true.
the downside is everybody's got your butt to shoot at.
Yeah.
And that's a big downside.
That's a big downside. Because I don't know of any tank in the game that's got butt armor sufficient enough to hold up.
Billy Bob might have some.
Billy Bob might have some. He just might have some, yes. But he might be the only one.
And it might not ship in time.
Yeah. Has to go through Pluto to get here.
I think he ships around the planet trying to get it on his slingshot back to save on shipping.
It might be. Billy Bob's a very creative man. I know that. Very creative man. Speaking of Billy Bob.
Woo, doggy, Billy Bob here. Wolfpack got you all bothered? Like that new camo look, but can't afford it? Call me. I just got in my all-new line of Never Seen It camo. Only 8,500 credits. You put this on, y'all never see the credits you spend again. Billy Bob's, we got you covered.
And in some cases, uncamouflaged.
Woo, doggy, Billy Bob here. I'd just like to thank those guys over at Gorlon's Armory and Armored Warfare for making it so easy to hijack their signal. Sell my wares. Just like my grandpappy Zhang used to say, son, if you can't marry a wolf, buy a shishkin. And if that's too much, call Billy Bob's for all your tank needs. Billy Bob, tank supplies.
All shipping handled through Pluto Express. Wait times vary from never to not going to get it.
Woo, doggy, Billy Bob's here. You tired of getting hit when you sneak in a peek? Billy Bob's pop-up periscope. You pop it up, see what's happening. Then you can get your shots in when it counts. No hits on you, all shots on them. Man, this is something we need. Down pop-up periscope, on to the next tank.
Pop-up periscope is just cardboard with two mirrors, all supplied by you. Some assembly is going to be required.
Woo, doggy, Billy Bob here. Just wanted you all to know we're filling up the tanks and getting ready to roll out with a new line to solve all your problems and mine. Man, they say my grandpappy Zhang was third world. Wait till you see these. Light tanks with heavy guns, heavy tanks with light guns. How about a solid tank with a super gun? Special one-shot kill capabilities. Super scope so you can find all your enemies and friends on the field. Armor so strong, 20 tanks can't stop it. Sounds great, right? You like it, I like it, let's make a deal. Billy Bob's, your new tank supplier.
Tank's never going to be built or supplied.
Woo, doggy, Billy Bob here. The Lab 300 got too much hop. You running down tanks, bouncing all around. Every time you hit something, it goes the other way. Ooh-wee, it's like having a jackrabbit at the back end. I'll tell you what, if this is happening to you, try out Billy Bob's, try another tank. It gets rid of all those pesky problems. Billy Bob, you got problems? We solve them. Woo, doggy, Billy Bob here. Did you hear what them fellas over at Gorlon's Army are doing? They giving away lots of stuff. Mark 6s, 3-day premium play. Man, they're making it hard to keep up. Y'all just gotta go to Rafflecopter, sign up, wait till the end of the stream. I like fishing in streams. But anyways, they'll let y'all know if you wins at the end. My darling Wolfie says I better not compete with them. So good luck. Woo, doggy, Billy Bob here. Mark 6 for you. Got all the shot power covered, but you lacking speed? Turret turning a little slow? Man, I've got it. Billy Bob's Quick Lube. Only 48,000 credits. Get that turret twisting, those tracks are rolling. Guaranteed to pick it up by 38%. Even helps with reloads. Billy Bob's Quick Lubes.
Wish this product was real, never going to be made.
Woo, doggy, Billy Bob here. You getting heated with all those little tanks come in, steal your shot, move in so fast like gnats at a picnic. Ooh-wee, I got just the thing for you. Pests be gone. One spray of this, they'll fall over in their tracks. Pests be gone. No more snapping on your snacks.
Till they pick themselves back up.
Woo, doggy, Billy Bob's here. Tired of all that ice making your tank slip and slide around? You need Billy Bob's anti-slip and grip pellets. Just one bag of this, you'll get all the grip you've ever needed. Climb anything, climb anywhere. Never slide back, just tank forward. Billy Bob's, we get you there.
Anti-slip and grip pellets only available on Neptune.
Woo, doggy, Billy Bob here. Is the Artie too much for you? Tired of constantly getting raining shells and missiles? Wish it would just stop. I got it. The Artie umbrella, just in time. Only 1,999 credits. Pop this baby up, let it rain, 'cause it's the only thing it's gonna stop. Keeps you dry, but your tank's still smoking. Billy Bob's. You don't want it, but we got it. Woo, doggy, Billy Bob here. You like the Striker missile boat? So do I. You tired of always running out of ammo? Me too. Well, I gone and done it again. The Striker missile boat piggyback. You tow it behind you. When you need more ammo, get out and reload. Then the Striker missile boat piggyback. It carries all those little extras you need and want. It carries the load till you explode.
Trailer will explode when hit. So will you.
I have been vindicated, Raux. It is a fleet.
Go away.
The chat agrees with me. It is a fleet. Own it. I was right.
No! I will live in denial in my blankets.
Chicken.
No. So we're giving away a WZ, right, Cerebius?
Yeah, and it looks like Moose wants one. Look at all those Chinese tanks.
Well, I had Type 69, so we're going to call him the older brother of the WZ. That is 7 Type 69 Mark IIs, and Hammer Legion is bringing more of the same. All Type T-64s except for 2 Lab 300s. This is going to be a knockdown drag-out brawl.
Yeah, this is. Everybody said skip the scouts. We don't need them anymore.
We don't need scouts.
And Moose said not only do we not need scouts, but we're just bringing the big guns.
Here's what they're doing. They're going in there like, oh, we can shoot blindfold as long as we keep on firing. We're going to hit something.
Something's going to go down. This is going to be good. I am excited to see this.
I am
this
super
is
excited.
This is a new meta. This is a new approach, and we're on Port Storm.
It's the exact opposite of the Tar Rush.
Yes, it is the exact opposite. This is going to be fun. I
It's going
can't
to be
say that enough.
great. This is going to be amazing. I'm so excited for this. Especially as the Type 69 2 has an infamous thing for being an indestructible main battle tank.
Well, it's about to find out how indestructible main battle tank it is.
Especially when it's that. I think they might push the cap and try to hold it.
They might. They could, because they've switched sides now, which means they will be spawning. If I'm thinking right, yeah, we've got Hammer Legion in blue and Moose in red, and I believe Moose is going to spawn up there in that northeast corner, which means they'll have a decap advantage. Yeah, and they did. They
And they
spawned in
did.
the northeast
With all
corner.
the- so
they got
they-
the advantage to the cap.
I think one of two things are going to happen. They're going to one of three things is going to happen. 1, they're going to rush cap and hold it for all their worth. 2, they're going to rush the hill and try to get all the vision, just like Hammer Legion did last game. 3, they're going to try to bring it to a knockdown, drag-out brawl in the city. I think the hill is the most likely, cap second most likely, and third most likely is the drag-out brawl. What do you think, Cerebius?
I think that's a pretty inclusive list. You've covered your butt well.
Hey,
Unlike fleet versus battalion.
hey. I don't.
It's a fleet.
Denial!
Fleet.
Denial!
Support me here, bullets.
They're going. Look at those tanks go. Literally anything else.
All right, here we go. We're going to find out. Are they rushing the cap or not? And I don't know.
I don't
I've
know.
got a solid I don't know.
They're pretty well spread out here, which is interesting to see. Mostly in league play, you get a consolidated group of death. If any of you guys are familiar with StarCraft, it's like the Protoss death ball. It's where it's like,
You're going way back to StarCraft 1. You're dating yourself, Ralph. Be
hey,
careful there.
hey, I played StarCraft 1.
So
You
did I.
mean Brood War?
Yeah, Brood War.
Yes.
Good game.
Yeah, it was a great game. I think you're right. They're going to the cap circle. I don't even think they have anybody going to the hill.
No, I got one guy up on the ramp at Echo 6, but that's about it to get initial spots up. And they're just saying, nope, we're going to Tar Rush. We have learned from our seniors, Tar Rush for the win.
This will be very interesting to see how it
It will
plays
be
out.
very- the
As they
difference
are
here-
going in the cap circle right now. There it is. They've popped the cap.
This is the modified Tar Rush, I think, because they're taking main battle tanks instead of AFVs. This is going to be great.
Yeah, the challenge now is
Is-
how long it takes for this cap to wind down.
They've got to sit here for a minute.
Yeah,
And that's a long
that's a
time.
long time.
While you're being shot at to stay put and not take any damage.
But Moose has done a really good job. They've put a tank down there to slow down
The incoming rush.
the incoming rush, and to kind of keep those tanks from being shot at and reset in the cap circle.
And they're popping a lot of smoke grenades. The Type 69 Mark II does have smoke grenades, which the T-64 doesn't have, and they're using those to great effect right now.
That is a wonderful strategy. You can't be shot if you can't be seen.
Exactly, and right now I think the best thing Moose can do, actually Hammer Legion, my mistake, best thing Hammer Legion can do is fire HE into that cap circle like nobody's business.
And just pray for a hit.
Yep, and just reset the cap counter and deal that damage. And it looks like we have a ring around the rosies fight. I think this lap 6 at 300 is dead.
That lap 300 is dead. Yeah,
He's
I don't
done.
think he's going to make it.
And it
Unless he
looks
can
like-
run away faster than the reload time.
I don't think so.
he's
He's
gonna make-
standing
There
by
it
nope,
goes.
he's gone.
So we're sixes, even up teams.
And it looks like
They did
Moose is
reset the
still
cap.
controlling the cap, but Moose guys have been hit. Hammer Legion has been hit. It's a nice knockdown, drag out brawl. Very even fight going on here. While Hammer Legion does have the high ground, Moose has the cap circle.
Yes, they do.
So you can't stay on the high ground forever.
And
But it looks like the battle has swung in Hammer Legion's favor.
Yes, it has. They've taken out. They've climbed into the cap circle with him,
Yeah, it looks like they pushed right into the cap circle, which is what they needed to do.
which
They had
freezes the timer.
and they haven't let the cap counter intimidate them, and they're fighting very well here. Both the double
that
whammy.
hurt.
That really hurt.
That really hurt.
I have had that happen to me. You're in a close fist fight. A buddy gets in your way. You get in your buddy's way, and you both end up dead and salty.
Yes. Yeah. Let the salt start.
Oh, look at
flying
that
out.
bunker he's got though. He's got all the butt armor in the world.
Yes, he does.
Look at that. He's got his eyes. That is the remember the Alamo moment right there. That was amazing.
At least they weren't shooting me in the butt. That's all he's saying. I'm protecting that part.
And
One tank left.
Type
for
69
Moose.
Mark II, doing as much as he can, trying to knock out tanks. He's doing damage, but I don't think he's going to take on a 1 versus 4.
Kudos to Moose for making Hammer Legion come to them.
That was a good fight.
That was a great fight, and they did a great job. And he might be able to take one more with him. Yeah, they're trying to flank him and surround him now.
Nope.
And there he goes.
There's the end. And that's the 6th round. We're coming to the last round, the 7th round of the evening. Which I think it's been a good match.
It has
Okay.
been a good match. So they're either going to be on River Point or Roughneck.
I think
Votes.
River
Bullet?
Point.
River Point? What do you think, Bullets? River Point or Roughneck?
I think it's gonna be Roughneck.
Ooh, you guys made me? You made me the tiebreaker?
You're the old guy.
Oh. Yeah, well, the old guy knew what a fleet was. Okay.
Actually, I'm even though the chat says so, I'm leaning with Ralks over here with
Oh, my goodness. You guys are so
You
wrong.
can't believe everything you read on the internet, Sarabius.
oh, you guys are so wrong. You guys, I'm not going to leave it at a tie. You're not going to hear my call.
Covering
There.
your butt, huh?
There, be that way. I was right with Fleet. Why should I be wrong now?
Can't believe everything you read on the internet.
Or everything that Ralph says.
I never said I was always right. I'm just nobody. That means I'm perfect.
nobody is perfect.
Well, they still haven't changed the map. So it'll be interesting to see what they go to here.
And I have liked tonight. It seems that Moose, or is it Hammer Legion? Moose has been a little, just slacking
It's
a little
River
bit.
Point.
It's
is
River Point.
Points go to Ralph.
Booyah!
For being
Aha!
right. Yeah, well, I still got Fleet right.
You
can't
you're just keeping your mouth
trust-
shut because you were being.
You had a 50-50 chance. I just knew.
I'm sorry, but you
River
just
Point
can't
is
read
fun. I
everything
like
off
River
the
Point.
internet.
And it's a
You just
standard
can't.
match.
Yes.
You know what I like to do on River Point in standard matches? You can't do it here in the leagues because premium
I
takes
thought
out a
this
lot.
was supposed to be an encounter. Oh, nope, standard mode.
Yeah, it is
This
standard.
is standard mode. So, yeah, this will be interesting.
And the reason I like River Point, and in PvP I like River Point. with a platoon of Zalos, and you just sit up on the hill and wait for them to come to your cap circle, and you obliterate them. Because you're tank destroyers, and you have a license to camp.
So yeah, the Zalos. Big
That's
gun.
a nasty tank.
That's a big gun. I still remember the game we played in the Zalos.
And that was early access.
That was early access stuff.
11 kills between us. That was amazing.
11 kills. Our whole team dies. They call us campers, and then we carry and take the whole thing out.
Because, you know,
that was
tank,
hilarious.
Tank destroyers are allowed to camp. Just saying, unless they're still in your cap circle.
Yeah, they can camp.
They're allowed to, like
They
artillery.
have merit badges.
They are the Eagle Scouts.
Yeah.
It looks like we have some changes on Moose's team.
They're
We
not
have-
going full Type 69 this time. I think they saw that didn't
Yeah,
work too
they-
well.
But they're really matching up now against Hammer Legion.
Type 69s. They got a Sheridan.
And Lab,
They've got a derp gun.
they're bringing a Sheridan?
They're bringing a Sheridan.
I didn't see that one coming.
No. I didn't either, but that's a big old nasty gun.
I did not see the Sheridan coming. Okay.
They're also bringing a T-64.
In my opinion, the Sheridan is better than the Starship. Just throwing that out there.
Look, the T-64s have played better than the Type 69-2s all night tonight. Okay?
They have.
All night tonight.
All night last night. All night the first night. I think the Type 69 too is just, it's not there. It's
I
got a
don't know.
little more frontal armor, but the T-64's gun can punch through it easily enough that it doesn't matter.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
That and what I haven't seen is a lot of suspension bouncing. That might change a lot if they start bouncing their suspension.
That could be it. I mean, you're right. They are sitting solid on those tanks. They're not taking full advantage. Yeah, but also, I think that goes again to player skill. That goes, you know, you've got to know that you need to bounce that tank. You've got to know that you can bounce that tank and be successful.
True that. Like when I first started playing tank games, and I'm gonna say something. I used to be a World of Tanker. Okay.
Oh,
Used to be, keyword there.
Oh, man.
But in World of Tanks, my first idea going in is, what's gun depression? What's that? It's not important. Guess what? It's really important.
Yeah, gun depression is really important, and it's proved to be really critical here.
So it looks like Moose has finished changing up his team, and he's bringing 2 T-64s, 3 Type.
69 Mark IIs.
Oh,
XM800T.
There's an XM800T.
There's the Scout. So
There's
they
the
got,
Scout.
what do they got? 1, 2, 3, 4 main battle tanks, 2 tank destroyers, and an XM800T. It might be a BMD-1 instead. It looks like he's switching again.
A 40.
40. He must really like the 040, and it's a great tank.
It is a great tank, as long as you don't get shot at.
Well, as long as your hole doesn't get shot at. Because the Italian cheese is invincible. Your shells just get stuck in the denseness of the cheese.
And what flavor is that cheese turret?
It's the kind you go with the wine.
Oh, I see. So does that mean it has cracker armor?
Yes, it does.
If we look at the Hammer Legion team, they traded a T-64 for an XM800T.
Well, yeah, both teams now have scouting capabilities.
Yeah,
No, they
that's
don't have
important.
scouting capabilities.
What? The X-Manity is a scout.
Yes, but
But
the
ha-
of 40
And
Oh.
it's been really effective for
The
them.
Moose doesn't have a scout.
No, they swapped that out for the OF40.
I'm gonna put something out here, okay?
Uh-oh.
You have got to have a scout in the tournaments. You have got to.
I'm going to agree with you. If you don't know what your enemy is doing, you don't know what you're doing.
Yeah.
Because you've got to know where they're going to be, whether or not the strategy you've got going is going to be effective. You can't just ignore them.
I'm gonna semi-quote Sun Tzu here with the Art of War. If you know your enemy and you know you, then you're gonna win every fight. But if you don't know your enemy, but you know you, you're gonna win half your fights. If you don't know the enemy and you don't know you, you're screwed.
Now, I got
Just
a question.
give up.
I got a question.
Save
for that.
yourself.
What if the enemy team doesn't know themselves or the enemy? So
Then that's just gonna be a nasty bloodbath and nobody's gonna win.
Well, somebody's got to come. Well, I guess it go draw.
Yeah.
It can go to a draw. So,
1 minute till the match starts, and it's been fun tonight. I have enjoyed tonight, to be totally honest there, Cerebius. It's been a good one.
It has been a good one. I've liked having Bullets here, despite the fact that he doesn't know what a fleet is.
no,
fleet is
I'm
boats.
Sorry, boats.
If it
You're
goes on
getting
water,
it
it's
wrong.
a fleet. If it goes on land, it's a battalion. It is simple,
Simply wrong. That's what it is.
says the
No,
old
no,
guy.
no, no, no. I'm sorry, but a fleet is boats.
Yes.
Okay, a
That
battalion.
line don't float. It
Really?
doesn't. That line does not float. A fleet is not boats.
Anyway, we're gonna
Yeah.
go. We'll argue with this later.
Okay.
I'm bringing it up
okay,
in the
yeah.
team meeting. But anyway, here we go.
We are going.
We're
to
gonna
find
go
the
in.
official-
Also, free stuff. Links are in the chat. Sign up. There should be instructions. And you guys, we're gonna give away free stuff. Streeby, so we're gonna do that live today.
Yes, we are doing it live. So right after this match, stay tuned as we will announce the winners.
That means if you don't have your in-game name or primary server, you are disqualified.
Yes, please make sure you have those types of things in there. We really don't like pushing that button. It's a sad day when it does.
It is.
That is beautiful Under Armour right there.
That was great.
That was classic.
That side of the tank you normally don't get to see.
Yeah, you know. And it was riveted. Who knew?
All right, here we go. They're lined up on the hills. It looks like we got a floating OF-40 right there. That's hilarious.
Yes, well,
He's just
you
floating
know.
just a little bit. I think he's waiting to load in because then the tank just drops a little bit. If anybody's seen that, the tank just drop right in, and it's hilarious. And this is gonna be fun.
This should be really interesting as each team has their own cap circle to defend. It's not in the city. So are you thinking 1-2 line or are you thinking 8-9? What happens here?
I am.
Don't wait too long. They're already rolling.
Okay, I
Main
think
battle
they're-
tanks are gonna go down the 8 line. AFVs and tank destroyers are gonna go up the 1-2 line. That or they're gonna blitz the middle.
Okay.
That's everything in the middle.
And it looks like, okay, so just so everybody knows, we got Moose in red spawning on the north and Hammer Legion in blue spawning on the south.
I've always liked that name, by the way. Hammer Legion. Strong name. Very good name. I like Hammer Legion. It makes sense.
It does. It does. And apparently, oh, and Hammer Legion is shooting across at Moose.
Ooh.
They're just
And that's
taking
those-
pot shots.
There's those early scouts in those bushes making themselves really useful. They're going to take a lot of free damage off of it here if they can line up and lead their
Well,
shots
it doesn't
properly.
look like they've done any serious damage yet.
That's a 500-meter shot, Cerebius.
which
Now-
means they haven't done any damage yet. I mean, it's more of an aggravation thing than anything else.
There's something I'd like to note in this battle that Moose is being a lot more aggressive and pushing than he normally has.
While Hammer Legion is kind of staying in the back and getting. This might be a win.
Oh!
For Hammer Legion.
And Hammer Legion
They're
takes one of the
knocking
short
down.
straight away as they lose a Lav 300 there.
Yeah, Moose, do it, guys. I'm rooting for you. You deserve it.
Come on, Moose.
Anyway. little
May
bit
the
of-
best tank win. And they
Indeed,
will.
yeah.
They
now,
will.
Moose's of 40 has already taken some damage, but not more than half.
And it looks like, ooh, lap 300 from Moose there getting hit hard. It looks like G. Wallace, General Wallace, getting hit hard
Bill
there.
Wallace, maybe? I don't know.
I don't know, but Wallace is getting hit hard. But they're not going below halfway, which is good. And they haven't lost a tank yet. If they can keep that one tank lead and keep their guns in the game, that's a huge advantage.
It is a huge advantage, especially as you get further in. Keeping that one tank lead just means you've got one more gun to shoot at that they can't shoot back at.
Right, and it's very effective. And they have the high ground here. They're shooting down into Hammer Legion's encampment, as it were. While Hammer Legion is sending their XM800T up and around, is the XM800T going to trip the cap and fire a false alarm so tanks have to go back to deal with it?
I think he is. He's going straight for it. He's going straight for it.
Oh,
Give some-
and
There he
And there
is.
he is triggering the cap, and he's staying put. And he's staying behind that shed, which
Yeah,
is
I think
annoying. That's like the only cover.
I think
in
that shed's
cap
a
circle.
one-shot shed. And there he goes. They're
Two-shot
sending
shed.
a Lav 300 back to...
I don't think the Lav 300 is going to win. XM800T has better view range
now,
and more hit points right now.
If the Lav 300 stays out of sight, I guess you could say, and just shoots from afar, then
He doesn't have the view range to counter the XM800T's
Oh, and
camo.
he's out of the cap circle
Right,
now.
he dodges a shell. He got spotted, and he just motored.
Yeah.
He did what he needed to do, drew a guy back, and is running for the hills now. Nice play by Hammer Legion there. Very well done. They are well practiced on this map.
Yeah, that was a really good play by Hammer. And by Moose. Moose countered very effectively.
They did.
They sent back a weak tank to just reset the cap. And they kept their strong guns, the ones with the able to take the damage, in the battle.
Yep.
And that was really smart on their part.
It was. It's very effective. And you can see they're getting a surround on Hammer Legion right now. And this could be very effective.
If they can close the deal on the edges, yes.
And it looks like they are going to close the deal on the edges. They're just lining up all of their tanks right now for a firing squad. If Hammer Legion moves out of that city, they're going to get obliterated.
Yeah, but why would Hammer Legion leave the city? Because I'll tell you right now, if I'm Hammer Legion, I'm sending the XM800 back to the cap circle again to annoy.
That would be the most effective way. You've got to keep that. What's the term in StarCraft? What's the word?
Well, you've got to keep that. You've got to keep your opponent fighting a multi-front battle.
Right.
And by sending that XM800T back to cap, and just creating an
it
annoyance
does.
factor there.
It creates stress on the commander, it reduces morale, and it creates confusion in the ranks.
That's right.
It's massively effective. But we can see here that it's just a long-range battle right now. I think
Now-
Hammer Legion has a lead in hit points, but Moose has a lead in guns.
Actually, the thing about that.
No, and they just evened it up.
Oh, nicely done. XM800T destroyed the Lab 300. Well played there. And it looks like it could go either way. This is a very interesting battle. A very long-range battle.
Yeah, very long-range battle. Nobody's really into the knife fight right now, as they're all. What's this game rating?
The battle is going very well. It's a long-range battle, which is rare to see in the tournaments. And in a long-range battle, you have less accuracy. And we got another tank down there. Hammer Legion is up 1 again. They've knocked out another one of Moose's guys. And it looks like Moose just aren't prepared to are not ready for this. Unfortunately, Moose is down 1 tank. And while they have played this outside edge very well, they have not taken their 1 tank advantage and pushed it. They've just kind of sat there and dealt with it, which is risky.
Oh,
to say
but
the
now
least.
it's tied. Now
It's tied.
You
Oh,
have to.
yep.
You
Hammer
have,
Moose brought back the scores. Well spotted there, Bullets.
now you have to remember that Hammer Legion has 3 guys, I'm pretty sure, who have less hit points than most of Moose's. But
Oh, and there goes another
it's
tank. It looks like
5-3.
5-3. Moose has gone down the 2 tanks. And usually, whatever happens in these competitive battles is once you've gone down 2 guns on these low man teams where there's not 15 on 15, you're almost guaranteed out of the game.
Yes, but Moose has a Type 69-2 who still have full health while all of
And it's 3-3. They just knocked out 2 tanks. Moose knocking out a double whammy there. Very well done. They might just come back, but this will be the first time we see a comeback, Bullets, from a 2 down. What do you think?
I think that Moose can win.
Oh, and here we got a circling battle. We got a T-64 battling a Lab 300, and it looks like the T-64 is staying just far enough ahead to hit the Lab 300. If he can get his tracks repaired in time and deal with... Oh, no! It's 3-2. Moose is down 2 again with the last XM800T. Too little, too late, and it was just a great fight all around. Low hit points on every tank except this Type 69.
Moose can still win. He has full health points while everybody else on Hammer Legion has less than half.
It might very well be that he might win this match, and if he wins this match, he's going to be a hero for ages. Okay, that's at 1 Type 69 versus 3 tanks. And while the 3 tanks might be on lower health, they can surround him, which they are commencing to do. And you can see how much it's hurting him right now. He's not quite sure what he's doing. He pushes out against the T-64 while the XM800T goes in behind and finishes the kill. Nicely done and well paid to both Hammer Legion and Moose. That's the closest match of the night, folks. 2-0, and Hammer Legion won again. Very well played to all the players. Alright, and stay tuned to the stream, guys. We're going to go ahead and get the results from the raffle. Well played to both Moose and Hammer Legion. That was an exciting night. What do you think, Bullets?
I think it was a very, very good match. Moose played especially well than he did on other matches, and I think they're getting more experience as a team and learning how to fight in close quarter battles better.
They did, and they're doing very well. I think Moose is someone to watch out in the beginning. They had just a few... It's very close right now. They're so close to breaking the hit point. They're knocking out a lot of vehicles. They've just got to adjust and tweak their strategy and timing a little more, and they will nail it. They will be on top of this. I think they'll be someone to look for in the next league match.
Woo, doggy, Billy Bob here. Just wanted you all to know we're filling up the tanks and getting ready to roll out with a new line to solve all your problems and mine. Man, they say my Grandpappy Zhang was third world. Wait till you see these. Light tanks with heavy guns, heavy tanks with light guns. How about a solid tank with a super gun? Special one-shot kill capabilities. Super scope so you can find all your enemies and friends on the field. Armor so strong, 20 tanks can't stop it. Sounds great, right? You like it? I like it. Let's make a deal. Billy Bob's, your new tank supplier.
Tank's never going to be built or supplied.
Woo, doggy. Billy Bob here. I'd just like to thank those guys over at Gorlon's Armory and Armored Warfare for making it so easy to hijack their signal. Sell my wares. Just like my grandpappy Zhang used to say, son, if you can't marry a wolf, buy a shishkin. And if that's too much, call Billy Bob's for all your tank needs. Billy Bob, tank supplies.
All shipping handled through Puro Express. Wait times vary from never to not going to get it.
Woo, doggy, Billy Bob's here. Tired of all that ice making your tank slip and slide around? You need Billy Bob's anti-slip and grip pellets. Just one bag of this, you'll get all the grip you've ever needed. Climb anything, climb anywhere. Never slide back, just tank forward. Billy Bob's, we get you there.
Anti-slip and grip pellets only available on Neptune.
Woo, doggy, Billy Bob's here. You tired of getting hit when you sneak in a peek? Billy Bob's pop-up periscope. You pop it up, see what's happening. Then you can get your shots in when it counts. No hits on you, all shots on them. Man, this is something we need. Down pop-up periscope, on to the next tank.
Pop-up periscope is just cardboard with 2 mirrors, all supplied by you. Some assembly is going to be required.
Woo, doggy, Billy Bob here. Mark 6 for you. Got all the shot power covered, but you lacking speed? Turret turning a little slow? Man, I've got it. Billy Bob's Quick Lube. Only 48,000 credits. Get that turret twisting, those tracks are rolling. Guaranteed to pick it up by 38%. Even helps with reloads. Billy Bob's Quick Lubes.
Wish this product was real, never going to be made.
Woo, doggy, Billy Bob here. Is the Artie too much for you? Tired of constantly getting raining shells and missiles? Wish it would just stop. I got it. The Artie umbrella, just in time. Only 1,999 credits. Pop this baby up, let it rain, because it's the only thing it's gonna stop. Keeps you dry, but your tank's still smoking. Billy Bob's. You don't want it, but we got it. Woo, doggy, Billy Bob here. You getting heated with all those little tanks come in, steal your shot? Move in so fast like gnats at a picnic? Ooh-wee, I got just the thing for you. Pest be gone. One spray of this, they'll fall over in their tracks. Pest be gone. No more snapping on your snacks.
Till they pick themselves back up.
All right, and we have the winners from tonight's Week 4 of Soldier of Fortune Armored Warfare Leagues, and the winner for the Mark 6 leaders are...
We have Wellinator, sorry if I pronounced that wrong, and we have Cattell, who both won Mark 6s, and congratulates them.
Congratulations, and the grand prize, I think, is the WZ. We only have one to give away, and we have 2 Mark 6 leaders. So, Cattell, congratulations tonight for winning both a WZ and a Mark 6 leader. Thanks for having a great time with us, guys. Hope to see you guys next week. Same time, same place. We will be streaming next time on the Soldier of Fortune League Week 4. Week 5, my mistake. We will be streaming Gorillas versus Dangerous. Just come back next time, and we'll see you guys later.